And that's the disappointing when you fuck a guy for over an hour and he just go.
Did anybody recognize you from film in the industry? They did? Okay. Well, I just come and you gotta do what you gotta do.
You are such an advocate. One thing is what I love is I love seeing a lot of the beautiful women that's in the industry as sex advocates.
And I would set up crystals on their body based off of their chakra. And the crystals, what they do is if they sit long enough, they begin to like permeate through the body. They begin to expand through the body and they create a bridge.
I shot with John Q too. You know, John Q, you know, I'm the first big girl, but he did inside, you know, inside. Yeah. But
I would, and I have given my last dime to people. I've given when I should have just watched. And it's not always about giving financially. It's giving your space and your time and your energy.
So that's kind of like a 50-50 answer, what I got. That wasn't really a yes or no answer.
So I think I actually would, and this is of course the therapist in me, I would be asking them, like, tell me how this is celibacy for you.
So what's first there, Anne?
I shoot them just like I would be shooting a regular female. So you don't put the emphasis on that, so it makes it more consistent with the title of being transgender.
I have a really good friend. She lives here in Atlanta. I met her on a porn set. She wrote a book called From Porn to the Pulpit. Now, I won't say she was like this super... Yeah, she's my best friend. She's my best friend. Her name is Danielle Williams McCord. She wrote an amazing book called From Porn to the Pulpit. She's been preaching for 10 years now, but I met her on a porn set.
In any business that you find yourself in. Because definitely for me, like, you know, creating a product to push to the consumer, and for me, everything was consumer driven. If they didn't want it, I'm not going to make it because I knew it.
Felt like if we kept our head a little below the sagebrush, that we would just be able to keep on going without any interference or anything like that. But you know, that's
right. Dude, I'm sitting in like the dressing room, like just with all the 20-year-olds and 22-year-olds, 25-year-olds. I'm like, how old are you? Oh, I'm 25. I'm like, how old are you? I'm 23. And I'm like, dude, I'm 30.
Before I leave the house, I feel like the last book. You know, this is how I feel, this is what I'm thinking, you know. Now, when I get out and interact with other people, it's going to be what it is.
Right,
okay. Hey, my sexy people, Nyomi here from Nyomi Bridging The Gap. And I am thrilled to tell you about an important month that we are celebrating, Sexual Health Awareness Month in September. Satisfaction starts with conversation, and that's exactly what we're all about here at Nyomi. We believe that open and honest dialogue is the key to positive sexual health experiences. So join us this September as we come together to raise awareness, break stigmas, and empower individuals like you to take control of their sexual well-being. Throughout the month, we have a lineup of incredible episodes that will cover everything you need to know about sexual health. From understanding contraception, options for navigating boundaries, and practicing consent. We leave no stone unturned. We'll dive deep into topics like pleasure, communication, and reproduction health, all with the goal of bridging the gap and empowering you to make informed choices. So remember, knowledge is power, and it's time to prioritize your sexual health. So mark your calendars and subscribe to Nyomi Bridging the Gap on your favorite podcast platform. And get ready for a month full of insightful conversation, expert guests, and eye-opening discussion. Let's break down barriers, challenge taboos, and create a safe space where we can learn, grow, and enhance our sexual well-being. Satisfaction starts with conversation. And with Nyomi Bridging the Gap, you have a platform to ask questions, and be a part of a community that believes in sexual empowerment. So join me, Nyomi, this September as we celebrate Sexual Health Awareness Month. Together, let's bridge the gap for a healthier and happier sexual future. Don't miss out. Subscribe today. Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap and be a part of the conversation. Remember, satisfaction starts with conversation.
Yeah, Bridging the Gap, Nyomi Banks, the goddess. Tune in. Hey yo, Black, where we at? Elements. Got a problem? What's the issue? Ask Nyomi for advice, she will bless you. Is it sex, love, or relationships? If your spirits are down, you can get a daily uplift. Just listen every word that she speaks. Setting trends with hashtags for every day of the week. Hashtag motivational Mondays, testimonial Tuesdays. I've been listening for the last 2 days. Wet Willie or Wisdom Wednesdays. Either way, the conversation gon' be lengthy. It's not hearsay. This is her way. You know she'll keep you thirst trapping on a Thursday. 4 days down, I'll talk about the number 5 day. Never coy, she always keeps it freaky on Fridays. Spiritual on Saturdays with sessions in the morning. Still uplifting and inspiring you all in. Being the goddess that she is, she keeps you all in. Formed on soul searching Sundays, just call in. If you misinformed, come get the facts. Fortunate for you, she's looking to bridge the gap. Yes, she was a porn star, but she's more than that. She's a certified specialist teaching us how to act. By the end of the show, we'll agree to disagree, but be good to each other and ourselves and keep it sexy. Yeah. Tune in every week to Ask Nyomi. Bridging the Gap with Nyomi Banks and Dog Pound Mike. Don't miss it. Tune in.
All right. It's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, where we talk about love, sex, relationship, cultural differences, and so much more by bridging the gap between them all and teaching the world on sex, language, attitude, and spiritual uplifting. What is going on, Dog Pound Mike?
I'm all good. Got to work early tonight.
You got to work early tonight? Mm-hmm. You ready for this show?
Sexy, yes, I am.
You ready for this interview?
Yes, I am.
What's up to my BTG crew? I see y'all in there speaking and talking all in the comments. Y'all ready for this? Well, I'm so excited. This is one. I love her. I've known her for many years. Honestly, she was one of the first ones of talent, of stars, to actually hire me. So she was one of the first female directors that I knew that was a performer that directed me with her own money. You understand? With her own production.
Wow.
And we know who that is. That's the beautiful India Morel. But what I want to do first, because I see she's right there now, but what I want to do a quick commercial. Then I want to come back and I want to bring this beautiful lady in, because not only is she a Hall of Famer, she's an entrepreneur. She has her own business. She's an author. She has so much stuff going on. And when I tell you, when I read this book, Infamous, girl, we're going to talk about it when we come back. All right, it's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, here on Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast. We'll be right back. Hey there, it's Nyomi. I'm here to help you discover the power of self-love and achieve your goals with ease. Our Self-Love 30-Day Challenge offers a unique blend of self-help, guided meditation, and daily affirmations to help you love yourself more and live your best life. With prompts and a 30-day time limit, you will have the perfect opportunity to commit to a journey of self-love and self-discovery. Don't wait any longer to start your journey to self-love. Take the Self-Love 30-Day Challenge today and transform your life for the better. Sign up now at asknyomi.com/elevate-me. And the challenge starts September 1st. Hey, it's your girl, the goddess, Nyomi Banks, and welcome back to Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast, We are here. We got a very, very special guest. I've been waiting for a while to get her on the show. I mean, she has so many things going on. She's retired, but she's been still her head, her feet been to the ground. She is the owner, the CEO of Dollhouse Radio, but now is Dollhouse Media Group. She's the author of the book Infamous, the memoirs of a triple X star, as well as an entrepreneur, and she is doing really, really good things. Miss India Morel.
Hi, you guys.
How are you, beautiful?
Hey. How are you? I am so proud of you. I'm sitting here with Angela, and we're just like, oh my gosh, I'm so proud of you.
Well,
everything looks so good.
Thank you. Thank you. Well,
You're
finally,
welcome.
I got you here. I got you
I
on here. I
know.
talking for a while back and forth. And it's like I wanted to get you on at the right time. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So when I first came back and started doing the podcast, it was just me and me and my audience. And
Yeah.
just earlier this year is when I really, wanted to bring in. And let me say this. I've watched you for a long, long time, and I am truly proud of everything that you have done thus far. I mean, really, when you started on Blog Talk Radio, girl, I used to listen to that show all the time. Funny calls that you used to have, the random prank
Prank
calls,
calls. Yes.
stuff like that, and just to see that now you have created a whole media group that's
Yeah.
something special and it's something
Yes.
cool. So let me do this because I can talk all day. I can talk all day. So what I want to do, even though I introduced you and said your name, I want you to introduce yourself and tell the people who you are.
Okay. So thank you guys, first of all, for having me here tonight. I'm India. I went by India. I didn't have a last name when I was doing movies. So the Morel kind of came after the fact, like when I was doing like my music. So that's new. So a lot of people, you hear them, when you're saying India Morel, they don't understand that it's like me. So, because I just went by India, that was bad branding too, you guys, because if you look up, India is a country. So, but anyways, we didn't know about that back in the days. But yeah, so I'm India and originally from Compton, California. And I've been in the industry a long time. And yeah, so I'm here. I'm super excited to be here with Naomi tonight. I was telling Angela that you are always, whenever we call, Naomi is one of those people that's always there and she's always going to show up. So I had so much stuff to do this week because we have our clients coming into town. They're hitting us. They just landed. Some people came this morning and I said, I don't care. Everything stops for Naomi. So this is what it is.
Thank you. I appreciate it. All right. So let me tell you how this usually why I created Ask Nyomi Bridging The Gap
Okay.
podcast because I truly wanted to humanize us.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? So people can truly see who we are.
Yes.
See our authentic self when we take that mask off, that they can truly see us not just from the porn stars or who we were sexual wise, but also know that we are human. We cry, we love, we fight, we hate, we do all of that, we eat and shit just like everybody else, so I want to do, that's one of the things that I wanted to do. And I was blessed to have, some really beautiful people that came out. Jada was on and she was very open,
Yes.
with her, and Marie Love was very open. I had several other beautiful people that came on that was very open about, even being in the industry and transitioning on to the regular, back into regular life.
Yeah.
For you. So I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna get a little deep a little bit. I'm gonna go in there a little bit. I'm gonna go in there, and then we're gonna have some fun as well.
Okay.
The one thing that I got to do was today, well, a little bit yesterday and today, I got to read some of your book. I'm probably on like page 200 and something right now.
Okay.
Infamous book. And I can say you did a great job.
Thank you.
A really, really great job. And I'm so surprised that you hadn't been speaking about it a lot before. I know the book came out, in 2015?
It was 2014. Yeah.
2014. So I'm gonna say this right now. So guys, if you have not read the book, it's on Amazon on Kindle. It's called Infamous, the memoirs of a triple X star.
Mm-hmm.
It's a really, really great book. It is good. It's really good. So let me tell you something. I saw some tea in there, girl. And there was a moment that I cried in there, and why I cried in there because the Oh, wait. Okay. So let me, because I'm fast forward. So let's do, because when I tell y'all, when I read it, I was reading, it was friends of mine. Dear friends is like a brother to me that's in there. And I never knew that. And when you went through that, I was crying like, girl, no, like, what? Like, that is what I was doing. And I like how, in your words, how vivid you were,
Yeah.
in the description of what you was going through. One thing is what I did. I was like, oh, that's interesting. You didn't go in chronological order. You kind of bounced around, a lot into different areas and, in different things. And it was a lot of the chapters that was like, wow. I like the dark. The secrets was like, the India one was really good. So it's like me, jumping around in there. I was like, really? Like I told Dominique, and I believe all was once the ladies and the men really start writing their stories on who they are, these will be some really great movies. Seriously,
Yes.
it's not just about just being on film and having sex. It means you guys had intimate relationship with people outside, and some people you would never know. The
Yeah.
one thing that in the beginning, you was very bold. You was very bold in and this one scenery. You were in the club. You went to Michelle's, to Peanuts. We know everybody knows that. Anybody that's from LA. It was in that scene, on Tuesday nights. That is where you
Yes.
go.
Oh gosh,
Yeah.
yes.
Rest in peace, Michelle. Um,
Yes.
that and you gave a scenario of what was happening. And for you, now you are a porn star. You one of the most famous of the black girls back in that time, and you're running with some heavyweights. I saw you had Katie Albert. You were running with her, and another group of people like that, and you came in terms with Miss Claudia Jordan
Yeah.
and Mr. Brian White. So as I was reading that, and I read, it was one part that you said you wasn't hurt by the way that Claudia reacted to you, but you was more hurt by Brian
Yeah.
White. And in
Yes.
that process, that's when I found out that you were married. So I never knew that you was married either in that terms. For you, being back then in that industry, was that the only time that you were mistreated in that way, or were there other moments during your time in the industry that you was mistreated that way?
By celebrities?
Yes. Oh, just yeah.
I think that is the only time that I felt mistreated, because I have encountered celebrities that embraced us,
Yeah.
who were respectful. So having Brian to be so close to home and be like at my house all the time with his girlfriend, and you get what I'm saying? Like that just felt kind of weird that, he acted like that. So
Yeah. And it was funny because when I read this and I kept reading it all the way through some more, I was like, you were very protective of the other encounters of relationships or relate that you have with other,
Yeah.
celebrities, but you put him out on Front Street.
Oh yes. You peeped that. Right. So yeah, I just felt like that needed to be said. And yeah, that needed to be said. And I said it. And I wasn't going to like change his name like I did other people.
Yeah.
Because I just felt like, no, Brian, like you don't get to do that. Like, and one of the girls that I was dating, I don't know if you remember her, but she was a popular white porn star girl, April. So
What was her stage name?
I forget her stage name, but her name was April.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So let me ask you this question. What has been the most revealing thing about yourself that you learned from being in the industry about yourself?
That I'm very spiritually connected. I'm very spiritual, very, very spiritual. And I think that then it's always been like a hard thing for me, because even going in, I've been like that. I've been very connected. And most people who know me before porn all said, like, you did that, because they know how I am spiritually. But I don't know. I don't know, like, it happens for a reason, like, and it was a reason why I was there. It was a reason why I went that down that road, like, And I also feel like it's to connect with other people that maybe other people couldn't touch.
Right.
You know.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, but yep.
That you so let's go on the spiritual, and I believe it's in the
Okay.
chapter in the dark. And I remember reading when you said that actually as a little girl you used to see
Mhm.
spirits.
Yes.
You know, and the very first time that you truly really noticed it is when you were in church and you see spirits. And it was
Uh-huh.
another thing that you had said
Yeah.
that your grandmother said, don't tell nobody. You know,
Yes.
you know, be, you know, just keep it to yourself.
Yeah.
And now that you know, and I know that you are very spiritual, and I know you probably have accepted your calling and you accepted all of your gifts and things of that sort. Do
Mm-hmm.
you feel that your grandmother had? Well, I no, I'm gonna go ahead and let you answer. Do you feel that your grandmother knew of these gifts that she had
Yes.
that was running down, and she suppressed it for all of
Yes.
this time?
Yes.
Hmm.
I do. She
You
was
do?
from New Orleans. Um, she definitely knew. And I think that like even with some of my family not telling me about my connection to Marie Laveau, that's my ancestor. So for my family to keep stuff like that a secret all these years, and then one day because I'm asking questions, it's like, oh well, by the way, sit down, we need to talk to you. So I think my family, especially my dad's side, that's just how they are. Like, I come from a lot of seers, a lot of just people who have a lot of abilities. Now, when I talk like this, I want to explain something to you guys. I feel that we all have powers. Everybody has something that they have. The thing is, most people don't choose to tap into it, or they're not aware. So it's nothing special about me. It's nothing special when it comes to that about Naomi either. So because we're tuned into it, that's what makes the difference, you know. But I feel like we all have it, we all have something special that we have, like we're gifted from God. So
Yeah.
yeah.
But girl, I'm special.
No, you know what I mean. You know what I mean. 'Cause when I talk, sometimes it comes off like I'm talking like, oh, I have this and you don't have it. Where that's not true. We all have those gifts. And
Right.
some people suppress their gifts, like how my grandmother tried to suppress mine and tried to play it down like, oh, it's nothing. It's nothing. It's a normal thing, or you're not seeing that. Don't talk about it. So, I'm just happy that I chose to not believe in and fall into that trap. And in this generation, I'm making sure, because I have a niece that came to me and she's telling me that she's seen stuff, like she sees stuff. So I'm making sure that I talk to her and have these conversations, because we don't want to do that no more.
Right. That's
We're
man.
embracing our spirituality.
Yeah, I love that. All right, now through your life journey, and I've
Yeah.
read all majority of the chapters of your life. Which chapter can you say needed the most healing?
The most, the beginning of the book, I start and I talk about going back to what you were saying that night at Peanuts. And then we jump to a party at another club. Something very crazy happened. And I think like it took me a long time, even though it was not my fault, it was nothing that I did, because I bought that person there, or I was there, it took me a long time to just let that go in that way. And just, no matter how many times I'm talking to the person and saying, are you okay? Like, it's nothing you could do. Like, but it took me a long time to heal from that, because when it comes to those situations, you don't ever want that to happen to anybody, I don't care who it is. You don't ever want that to happen. So that's why it was very important. And I got her permission to talk about it, to talk about that situation. Because there are people out there. And if you want to talk about celebrities, sometimes people, they abuse their power, and, and they take it too far. So I needed to talk about that.
Yeah, but I hate that I haven't gotten to that section yet. So I saw at the end what it said that night, and I was like, oh,
Oh yeah, you're right. Because I started off where I'm just telling you about it, and then I cut it off.
and you cut it off. Like let's leave it like a
I'm
hanger, like a
sorry. See,
cliffhanger.
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert, y'all.
Yes,
Okay.
like a cliffhanger. I'm like, for real? And then I was like, okay. And then that's why I said, okay, we're not going in the chronological order. We
Yeah.
kind of
Yes.
hop around and jump
Right.
around everywhere. All right, so this is what I want to know. What is the essence of India?
The essence of India. She is. A lot of people don't understand. Sometimes they think I come off as a mean girl. I think I'm really like, I feel like my purpose here is to help people and to like, I love just like when somebody calls me, I'm the one that's listening, the one that's helping people through their issues or whatever. I feel like I'm always available in that way. And I feel like that's part of what I'm supposed to do here. I just feel like I'm very down to earth. I'm very nice. And I'm just like, it is what it is. But a lot of people think that I'm a mean girl, and I'm not. I'm definitely not a mean girl. So,
And that's actually was my next question: is what's the biggest assumption of you?
That I'm a mean girl. They think I'm a mean girl because I think that some people get things kind of confused where you being honest. And I love people who are being themselves and being honest. If somebody is consistent with how they are, I accept it. So if you're just an honest person and you might tell me something maybe I need to hear, but I don't want to hear, I'm okay with that. And I think that's just how I am. Like if it's something I want to say, maybe sometimes I'm working on how I can say it. But I don't mean my intent. That's all that matters to me. My intent is not coming from a bad place. Like, it's just, that's just how I am. So, but I'm not a mean girl at all.
No, you ain't never been mean to me, girl, but I don't think you be
No, but there's a lot of girls that think that I'm mean. They think I'm a mean girl, but I'm like, I'm not a mean girl. So, yeah.
What does healing look like for you?
Healing was stepping away from my comfort zone, which was the industry, and saying, you know what? I'm about to like just really focus on myself, do my shadow work. I had to that was like the hardest thing, just facing myself. And healing, it took a long time and I'm still healing. Yeah. So healing for me is still a process right now. But I am so much better. But I didn't realize before I started doing my shadow work, like how much work I needed to do on myself. So yeah,
that's how we really see.
So healing is a process right now. It's a process, honey.
Yeah, it is. We're forever healing because there's
we are. We really are.
There's always something that's going to come up when you think you think you so good in that moment of that day. You good for like a good month. Then all of a sudden something just come up and you're like, wait, I thought I dealt with that.
Yes.
And it comes right back up.
Something triggered me the other day that I thought I was okay with or I was over, that I had dealt with. And it triggered me. And I was just like, we got on that because, you got to get past stuff.
Right.
You got to get past, you got to learn to get past stuff and let stuff go. So, yeah, it's a process.
It is. It's a process. But one thing what I like is that when you take the, first of all, when you take the responsibility, you take the courage to be able to go through the healing process. So when you do have those triggering moments, now you know how it is to how to react to it. You know what I'm saying? To where it won't have going, crazy. I know I'm one for sure. Yeah. I'm forever checking myself when I allow something to happen. I had shared something on the show a couple of weeks ago, and there was a message, a card that came to me for a mirror image. And with the mirror image, it was like, who or what triggered you? Who or what triggered you? And I knew no one triggered me but myself. And the reason why is because the old version of me was showing up. And then the next day, I got the same message again. So I thought that I had already answered that question.
Yeah.
Again. But on this time, it was like, no, because when I answered it yesterday, it was more of a negative to that old version. The second time, the next day, it wasn't a negative. It was a thank you. Because when I didn't know, that old version protected me through those moments and those decisions and choices that I made. And when I looked at that old version of me as well. I said, girl, look, we good. Look at how far we come. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So I make that old version of me realize, look where we at. Let's celebrate this or who
Yes.
we, today. So it's funny that even when us doing, we're doing something different than the adult.
Yeah.
And the thing is a lot of people cannot understand
They
how
can't.
dare you be on another platform, building or being special or living in your light and speaking in this way. You're supposed to be over here crying
Yeah.
and trying to kill
Yes.
yourself.
Right. Breaking down on drugs or doing something else. They don't understand it. Right.
Like, what is that? Like, just because we choose a career
Yeah.
for a moment, a chapter in our life, that
Mhm.
does not define who we are.
No, it doesn't. Unless you let it define you. Like, unless I knew exactly when I came into this industry that I knew exactly when I wanted to exit. I knew, and I saw, not to talk down on the industry, because I would never do that, because I feel like it's helped me in a lot of ways, so I would never do that. But I see certain people, what it can do to people, so you have to make sure that you are going in with a plan, and you got to make sure that it's a time to exit. You can't just stay and stay and stay and stay. You got to have a plan. And if you are staying, have that plan of what you trying to evolve to in that industry. It's not about just being the same thing. I can't stay staggered anywhere. So yeah, it's very important for me to move on, whether my fans got it or they didn't.
Right. Right. Now for you, you've lived many, many lives.
Yes,
Many,
honey.
many lives in this lifetime.
Oh, yes.
Which in this lifetime, which has been the most rewarding for you?
The most rewarding is being able to help people. So, like, any of my successes is always for me to help somebody else. I believe in it's important to give back. So anytime I get in a position, it's always good for me to make sure that I'm helping those close to me that need help. So I think that's the biggest reward for me, is always to give back. And anything that I do, like in the future, my goal is to give back in bigger ways. So that's what it's about. That's what I think it's about. We're here to help each other along the way. And that's it. It's not about us, it's about us helping each other. So
yeah. Now, when you creating Dollhouse Media Group,
yeah,
have you had any? I mean, because now coming from Blog Talk Radio, then now doing this.
Yeah.
Have you had any backlash or anything from your previous career? Or what did that journey look like?
For the rate? You know what? It was very weird that I thought people were not gonna want to hear me on radio, or how they are. Like, they just want to see you do your movies, shut up, sit down, and don't do nothing else. But I was surprised how many people really rocked with me on the radio stuff. So I feel like that was really, like, for me, like, I was gonna do it regardless. But and we kind of did Dollhouse Radio just as a fun thing. And when we saw that people were actually tuning in, we was like, wait, we need to get serious with this. And we did it every week. So I feel like, I'm very grateful, because sometimes that don't happen. And that, like sometimes they only want to see us in one light, and they try to put you in that box. But I feel like, we're the type of people that we don't let people keep us in a box. So you either gonna stay over here in your box, or you gonna follow us to something greater, honey. So yeah. So it's been good. It's been good so far. People's been supporting and really rocking with that transition, because I talk about the transition so much. The transition is the hardest thing that we do with us. It's the hardest thing to do, because you got to let go of something. That's the sacrifice. Yeah. We're used to that over there, and it was the hardest thing for me to let go. But I had to, because it was I had to go to my next chapter. So yeah,
exactly. Now for Dollhouse Media Group.
Yeah.
I know a few years ago you kind of, put the radio aside and you brought the whole conglomerate of things. So could you share with my BTG crew exactly what is all that you offered in the Dollhouse Media Group?
So now it's when in our little circles, it turns into so much stuff. That's why I say take your time with your business, because you can take it as far as you want. And don't ever think you got to rush. It's your business. So we kind of just, if you notice, we kind of slowed down because we wanted to continue to build what it could be. So Dollhouse Radio, we were going to retire it. And we decided, no, that's the big brand. We're going to bring that back. It's going to be all podcasts, all by itself on its own site, merchandise, original content. So we're shooting our own stuff, just like Netflix types, where we have our own content. And on the Dollhouse Media Group side, that is like PR, so public relations, creative direction, advertisement, so stuff like that, promoting artists and stuff like that. So that's what DMG kind of turned into. So that's where we're at right now.
That's good. That's when I saw. Actually, Ralph texted me yesterday. Ralph texted me yesterday. What's the name of the show? The hot sugar tea. Now, is that more of a gossip one?
That's a gossip show. That's a porn industry TMZ type gossip show. Yeah.
All right. So I want to get a little tea. I want to ask you this.
Gosh.
It's a two-part. It's a two-part.
Okay.
So this is because, and we're gonna go into your book, Infamous, and how you protected a lot of the celebrity names and you renamed a lot of it. And as you see nowadays, the women that are, paid to have services with, certain different celebrities, they're more of a kiss and tell. What's that? Mariah Mills and what's the other one? London, whatever. What is your thoughts on that?
I was sitting in one of the biggest published offices in New York, and they talked to me and wanted to do a deal with my book, and they wanted to make it a tell-all. And I remember just sitting there, and that's why I say don't ever sell your soul, honey. Don't sell your soul for nothing. I said no, thank you. And I decided to put my book out myself. And that's why I did it. Because to me, my relationships with these people that's done nothing to me, I still have good relationships with them. Why would I do that?
Right.
You get what I'm saying? The ones that I named, like Dave Myers and Brian, they was people that already seen us together. So I didn't have to hide that. But the other people, I didn't want to talk about that, like where I'm naming their names. Like, if you know, you know. So I decided, like, I'm not Corinne Steffens, and this is not what I want to do. And you get what I'm saying? I'm a porn star, yes, ex-porn star, but this is about my life. And this book was not just about who I slept with. It was about me growing up doing the music industry. It was about me, kind of sort of having some type of something like happen in my childhood. It was a lot of things. It was spirituality. It was a lot of stuff. So, I walked out of that office and told them, thank you. No, thank you. So, yeah.
With the young ladies now, I want the tea. So what's your thoughts on it? Mariah Mills, she went for a good 3-4 weeks on talking about the basketball player.
Oh, God, girl. However you got to get your bag, honey. I'm not mad at you. But I watch her, and the girls from our days are not, and like I would say from my days, well, before me, up until you, they kind of just went downhill, honey. Like, and not saying it's a lot of pretty girls now that to me they're coming back, but the porn star name is just not the same. It's not the same, because I don't even consider her a porn star. Maybe I'm talking too much, but I'm being honest. Like, I just look at her and I'm just like, that's not how we represent being what it's called a porn star. Like, we don't kiss and tell. We don't just go out here and be like looking for attention like that. Like, back in the days, that's just not how it was. Like, you could have done it, but we didn't. Like,
Right.
My relationships I wasn't having relationships with people just to go and so I could tell somebody what I did. That's not how it was. Like, I really had relationships where we are friends to this day. So I'm a loyal person. I'm not doing that. So, yeah. But I don't know. I don't want to say too many words on her because they might not come out right. And I'm trying to be positive tonight. But, you don't want to. Yeah, I'm just like, okay, yeah. I don't know. Mariah Mills is really, I don't really consider her. She's like a girl that does movies. I don't really consider her a porn star. Yeah, more like a porno star, but she's very popular. Nice clothes, nice eyes, but not a porn star.
Not porn star. All right, so we're gonna go back to the book. We're gonna go back to the book. Secrets.
Yes.
Secrets. And this month here at Ask Nyomi Bridging the Gap podcast is all about satisfaction as the conversation starts the conversation. And there was a part in Secrets that you spoke about and briefly about, and it actually, and you question yourself many a times, would you have been in that lifestyle as a porn star if these certain things did not transpire, for you? And September is Sexual Health Awareness Month, and so I do want to kind of tend to tap in there just a little bit. You were sexually molested as a young child growing up, and it tends to for you back then it was more of a sweep it up under the rug thing. I mean, it's still like that now, but how do you feel about, like, even right now that we actually have a whole month dedicated to educating, to making things aware, not only with sexual but consent, sex, LGBTQ, all of those different things, diseases and stuff like that. What are your thoughts on it?
Yeah. I was looking at your commercial and I want to say congratulations. Like, I love what you're doing with that because it's definitely, it's needed. We definitely need to have that. I'm happy that we have, like, and I think it needs to be more people talking about it, because so many times we push stuff like that under the rug and we grow up into young women or men, and we're still dealing with that, and we don't really know that we're dealing with it until you're triggered. And yeah, so I'm gonna need, especially my Black people, parents, pay attention to what's going on. Talk to your children. It's very important to know what's going on. And sometimes you, like we talked about my grandmother, with spirituality, where she just kind of just throw it under the rug. That's what we do sometimes. Like, you don't want to address the real stuff that's going on because it might be another family member or something, and it's no way that person can do that, but that's not true. Let's start listening to our children and asking questions. So yeah, you got that on, and I support it. Whatever you need me to do, you need me to send in some type of promo, talk about it, whatever, I'm there, honey.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
In the same chapter of Secrets, I was like, I was trying to envision this. I really was. So describe to me, what does a stud look like on you?
Who, girl? Now y'all probably couldn't imagine it looking at me today.
No.
But yes. Do you remember the club Catch 21? It was the opposite of Peanuts. It was in LA. Well, most of a lot of celebrities go there too, but a lot of the stud girls are there. And I used to go there too. I was really into that world. I decided at one point, I was just like, I'm full on gay and I only like girls. And I dressed like a boy. So it was just like, then it was like baggier pants, like bigger shirts, hat. Just my whole demeanor was like boyish. Like, and then I only talked to like girls who were femme girls. And I think I still kind of had that, like, it's weird, but that was like one of the chapters that I went through. And I woke up one morning and said, oh, hell no, this ain't gonna work, honey, because you like men still. So that didn't last but about maybe 5-6 months, and that was it. But yeah.
When I read that, it was so funny because I was like, wait, and I was sitting there. When I read, I like to, do it's a movie in my head. So I was sitting there and I was picturing. I was like, wait, hold on, what? Because I even pictured the moment. These are spoilers that I'm giving. I'm sorry. Of the crush that you had, and I imagined the door shutting and you looking at him like, for real, I didn't really, you know what I mean? So then you was like, okay, now you change it. Okay, now I'm not even
right.
Or on women and do that thing. And when you said that you were totally left the heels, I was like, that was a big,
that was a big transition. Somebody saw me out one night at the club and they knew me from school and they just looked like, Like, oh my gosh, I didn't know it was you. Like, wow. They were so amazed because here I am, this girly girl, and then I look like damn crisscross in these baggy ass pants. Girl, I said, you know what? Yeah, that look didn't really work on me, you guys, because see, I was little, so I'm like slim, and I got, you know, you got to find the right pants, and they all baggy. They look real super baggy. So yeah, it didn't work for me, but
Yeah, I
yeah.
was trying to picture that. I really was. I was really trying to picture. I'm like, what does that look like? Like,
Yes.
what does that look like? All right, so there was another chapter,
Mm-hmm.
and I believe this was to India. Um, I believe that's in that chapter when you India and you revealed that you had dated a popular porn star. He's a dear friend of mine. I love him, and what I did love is that at the end is that you were able to heal from that process.
Yes.
Um, if you mind, can I speak on that a little bit,
Yes,
ma'am?
please. Oh, yes. Yes,
All right.
yes.
So this is why I tell you guys have to go get this. It's on Kindle right now at Amazon. It's called Infamous. And when I tell you, um, the writing of it is great.
Thank you.
It's the story. When I say this is just because she leaves cliffhangers. She really do. Like really. Like you be like, damn, wait, what happened then? And then she hopped to a next. And I'm hoping that when I get past 200,
Yeah, you better come back to it.
yeah, you better come back. If you don't, I'm calling you. Like, that's what you
Right.
do.
Right. Girl.
But with this one, it's a very, very dear friend of mine, and I love him. I love him to death. You know, I never knew that you guys were in a relationship.
Yes. I'm so secretive. I'm so damn sneaky and secretive, y'all. But and why
No one ever talks about that.
Huh?
Like I've never, like I hear other rumor mills
Right.
go around, but I've never heard that one
Yes.
ever.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, yes, yes. We dated, and Marcus was somebody that it was like, you know, you ever meet somebody and you just connect with them right away and you don't understand why that strong connection is. That's how it was with me and him when I first came into the industry. We just connected. And I don't know, we had a chemistry. Like even with our movies, we had a chemistry. That's why I worked with him so much. But off of set, it was, yeah, it was a little different. Because now you're separating Marcus from the real. Yeah, a lot of people didn't know that. And yeah, that was a tough time for me because I was like 5 months pregnant. And that took a long time for me to really, like, I'm telling you, Naomi, like even in the book, when I told you that I dealt with that, I still didn't deal with that because something came up where it triggered me again. And I said, this is still here. So I recently dealt with that and I'm okay now. Because usually when people talk about it, I start tearing up. So that's why I know I'm okay. But I've accepted what happened in my decision and I'm okay with it now. So, but yeah.
You know, in that moment, I felt and I kid you not, I was crying, with tears in my eyes because I felt it. I felt the rejection.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the abandonment.
Mm-hmm.
I felt the like, damn, am I not good enough to do? You know what I'm saying? Like I felt it, and why I say I really felt it because you guys really got to read the book. I'm even talking about from the beginning with Black, with your mom, with all of those things. So you even as a little girl witnessing things happen and not knowing what your worth is. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? And so the one person who at that moment you felt like, oh, he gets me. You
Mm-hmm.
know, he gets me. And you know, I love him to death because we ain't never had nothing outside of it, but he was the very first person that I had a scene with. And you know, we became really cool, done a lot of great things together. He's been in my home, he's met my man, my family, you know, and so he has that he is such a sweet person with a nice heart. So when I saw all of that revealed in this chapter right here, I couldn't do nothing but just cry, really, for you, but also for him, because I don't think that's who he really is. But it's like it was a survival mode for him of what he was going through. Not giving him no excuse, but I just saw that all just coming alive in that
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my
And I will say that we had a conversation, and he did tell me, if you're gonna do like you know what I'm saying, like you need to make that decision. And he did leave that to me to make. And I did make that decision. But if somebody ever say, I don't regret nothing, right? Nothing in life I've ever done. And if I could say one thing, that would be the only thing. That would be the only thing that I regret. I know my child would be like 18 years old or something. I just feel like that's the only thing that I regret ever. I don't ever regret, because I feel like every child deserves to be here. If you have a child with someone and you get pregnant, and no disrespect to anybody who believe in pro-choice, or if you believe that you should be able to have abortion, that's fine. But I believe that every child should be here. If you get pregnant and you're able to have a healthy pregnancy, that child deserves to be here. So that would be something that if I could take back, I would. So yeah. Because and just in his defense, you guys, I would say he was there for me. He was there, like, I talk about in the book. He went when I did it. That's the decision I made. And he was there, like, waited for me, took me home, and he even, like, stayed with me. So yeah.
Like I'm telling you, I was crying. Like I was like, wow, like yeah. All right, let's go on to something else. All right, so the hubby. So I wanted to go on set with you. I want to be on set with you and Jada that time in the book when I'm just reading the book today. Oh gosh. I wanted to go on set with you. I want to be on set with you when that happened. I want to not April. What's her name? Tiffany. What's her name?
Tiffany. What's her last name? Tiffany Baby Girl.
Or whatever.
Okay.
Yeah, that's whatever. But yeah, I wanted to get her, and I want to get him too.
Yes.
I want to get him through that whole chapter in something. I wanted to get him. So let me ask you this: Have you healed your relationship with him, or it's just like once that divorce was over, that was like peace out?
Yeah. It took me years to be able to say, I forgive you, because I believe that you need to let go. You got to forgive so you can let go. I don't want him no longer connected in that way to me. But I have a conversation with him, and we are okay, and have a good life. But no, that's it. But that day was like a movie. Walking into a set where half of the people that was at my wedding was here on this set. Woo. Yeah, it was. That was embarrassing. That was very embarrassing to see your husband basically come in, didn't know I was there, and he was picking up another porn star to take her home. But she did that on purpose because she knew that I was there. So she made sure she called him to, like, you need to come now. And I know she did it because me and Jada had just showed up. So he comes in to grab her bag. And I'm getting my makeup done, and I see him through the mirror, and Jada sees him before me. And Jada's looking at me like, And I said, oh, hell no. And I get up. And I'm just like, I lose it. And I'm just like, I can't. Because now you're being disrespectful. Like, yeah. So, I mean, I feel like I've been through a lot, like you said, like, when you're not aware of who you are. And you're not aware of your worth. But let me tell you something about that. After him, that made me very aware, and it made me know exactly what my worth was, because it told me that I would never have a man like that. Any man, it would never be nobody like that again. I would never waste my time on anything like that again. And it's never happened ever again. So, yeah. So that's how Mr. Perfect came about. And yes, if he's not Mr. Perfect, honey, then you can even talk to me.
I hear that. Okay, so
Chris was a mess. Chris was a mess.
Now I'm into that right now. That's where I'm at right now. So don't tell me nothing.
Okay, I'm not gonna tell you. I'm not gonna tell you.
Don't tell me no more. So I ain't even gonna ask you about none of that. So don't tell me.
I'm not
I'm
gonna
messing up everybody else stuff, but don't mess up mine.
Okay.
Right, man. And let me tell you, because I do, when I'm reading books, I talk back. It's like I'm
right.
Literally, I talk back.
Yeah,
Like,
you're not gonna say nothing. You're not gonna say nothing, India. Okay.
like it was one. Let me tell you something. It was one early on in one of the chapters when your mother in black. And actually, it was one of the questions, was that the first time that you heard that? But then I saw that you said the next morning when she woke up, she was walking around like ain't nothing ever happened, and she always do that. And so here I go, like, girl, no, go get out there and go do something, go jump on his back.
Yeah.
This is, what I was saying, because I've seen that thing, not in my own, with my own parents, but I've seen that with my aunties and their husbands, and we jumped in, as
Right.
kids,
Yeah.
tried to get that, done. And even my mom said that for her, that's what, she used to do with their father, and that's something, one thing that my mom she's never whipped us.
Yeah.
She's never showed that side of it, on them in an argument. We'll hear them in an argument or whatever like that, but it never will, my mom, like, if you hit me, I would,
Yeah.
she, clear. And but for you, what I did like is what I heard, that when you announced that your dad, he was on drugs, and that's something that your mom would never do, because your mother was on drugs.
Yes.
That's something
Yes.
that that she wouldn't do as well. But when I read in there that you were doing the Molly,
No, it was ecstasy.
ecstasy, I'm sorry, ecstasy with those. Did
Mhm.
you go a little further, or was that just
No, that was it. And I think that kind of that happens. I'm not gonna blame it on the Hollywood life, but at that time, that was the thing that was popular in LA. X had just came out. So everybody, well, I'm not gonna say everybody because everybody wasn't doing it, but the group I was around was doing it. And so me not trying, like I've never, like I don't even drink. So like to have like something like that, that's big, because seeing my father, my grandmother on hardcore drugs, that was a big no-no for me. So, but what happened was something happened, and I just felt like, okay, no, I don't ever want to be in that situation again. So, like where I can't control, because if you like, if you're too drunk or something, you can't control that. So I don't ever I don't want to be in a situation where I feel like I'm too out of control. So what happened was I showed up to a set, and I remember this box cover, and I think I talked about it in the book, and it's me and Jill Kelly on the cover. And it was like the night after I had did X, and I was just like, oh my gosh, like you can't go to sets like that, and I had bit my whole mouth like up, and it swelled. So on the picture, if you see that box cover, you'll see that my mouth looks a little weird. And because they were trying to do whatever they could do, but they didn't know. But after that, anything that messes with my business, and that's not who I am, I had to check myself. Like, excuse me, India, we don't do that. So that was thrown out the window after that. I've never tried anything else, nothing. So yeah.
Also when I read that you, for India was your bad, like you just created a whole persona for your bad.
Mhm.
So, and it's going back to the ecstasy too. Do you think that you possibly took that pill just to relax, or to get you out of the mind of who your original personality was, and just to put on that, just to forget?
No, at all. It was just because we out and everybody is just having fun, and I'm like, oh, I want to try that. And once again, I know better. And I felt like that was, and it only happened a couple of times. It happened maybe 3 times. And I feel like, that's enough times for me to say, no, that's not good. That's not what you want to do. And especially when you see the effects of drugs. Like my dad is just now sober for maybe 10 years. But he's been on drugs since I was a kid, since I was a little girl, maybe like 6 years old. So you get what I'm saying? I didn't have my father really, because my father, even though he's there mentally, he's different, like, you know, because all those years on drugs. So I know better. So I'm telling you, after that day when I showed up to set and I saw how that affected me, oh, I was done. I was just like, no, that's not who I am. And my mom definitely would be disappointed. And not even my mom, I'm disappointed in myself. So I said, no, we're not doing that. So, yep, that was it. Girl, I barely drink. It'll be the same thing all night. So.
All right, so this is what I want to do, India. I want to take a quick break, but also I want to ask, you want to take some phone calls?
Oh, sure. Hello.
All right, guys. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna take a quick break, but before we take a quick break, guys, we're gonna open up the lines. You guys can call. You can talk to ask India some questions, but you got to keep it sexy. You got to keep the question sexy. Don't come on here being. Y'all know how to do it, BTG crew. The number is 1-626-605-2756. That's 1-626-605-2756. Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. This is Naomi. We will be right back.
Hey there, it's Naomi. I'm here to help you discover the power of self-love and achieve your goals with ease. Our Self-Love 30-Day Challenge offers a unique blend of self-help, guided meditation, and daily affirmations to help you love yourself more and live your best life. With prompts and a 30-day time limit, you will have the perfect opportunity to commit to a journey of self-love and self-discovery. Don't wait any longer to start your journey to self-love. Take the Self-Love 30-Day Challenge today and transform your life for the better. Sign up now at asknaomi.com/elevate me. In the challenge.
Hey, my sexy people, it's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks. And I finally did it. I've written my first book. Well, actually, it's a living journal. It's called Good Morning, My Sexy People. Where I share my stories in different posts, but help a healing workbook for you. So it's 90 days to kick off your healing living journey. Pre-purchase now. Go to asknaomi.com and hit shop. Listen.
All right, it's your girl, the goddess Naomi Banks here. Welcome back to Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. We are here with the beautiful Miss India Morel. What's going on, baby?
Putting on my lip gloss.
Again, I want to thank you and I appreciate you for allowing me to tap into you for a little bit. So everybody can really see who you were, and really you guys need to go check out that book, Infamous. It's beautiful. I just can't wait to finish it. Like these past few weeks, I've been reading some great books. I'm so proud of y'all. I truly am. I am truly, truly proud of y'all. I just can't wait to start writing mine in about a year or two.
Yeah.
I got some more work to do. So yeah, but seriously, the infamous there, as well as Dollhouse Radio is coming back, as she said before.
Yes.
Also, if you guys looking for some PR or something like that, I don't know, everybody's going over here, and I got another live stream going over right here. Check her out. That's India Morel. She got what is it? PR.
It's we do PR, creative direction. If you need any creative direction with your photo shoots, fashion shows, anything, you can just hit us up. Advertisement. Yep, you guys can hit us up. DawsMediaGroup.com.
Beautiful. All right, so we're gonna open up the lines. We're gonna take a caller. Ask Naomi. How can I help you?
Hello there, my beloved and beautiful 2022 AVN Hall of Famer, Naomi Banks, and good evening to you, my beloved and beautiful 2022 AVN Hall of Famer, India Morel. Can you guess who this be?
Joseph. Hi,
Yes,
Joseph.
good to hear you on Naomi's World. How you doing? I haven't heard from your old show or from Twitter, especially after leaving you a happy birthday Twitter tweet, which you had a very happy birthday. Also, like I told Miss Naomi Banks, I'm probably gonna say it again. I'm from the bottom of my heart. I'm so sorry that you and Miss Naomi, that you and your show Hot Sugar Tea, as well as Naomi Banks, Naomi's World, Bridging the Gap, did not get
Oh.
an award. That you only, and I'm sorry you only got nominated.
That's a good thing. We're very excited about that still.
You know what I thought you was gonna say, Joseph? Because Joseph told me 2 weeks ago. Joseph told me 2 weeks ago when I was on Dominique, when Dominique was on the show. He said, "Well, I'm sorry, Naomi, but India is #1 and you are #2."
Did he say that? Did he not say that?
No, I did not say.
Oh, you want us to do
I
a
did not
replay?
say that.
Oh, you can go back and get the audio.
You are #1.
Look, I got the audio.
Both of you are #1.
I hear you, Joseph.
That's all right,
Okay.
Joseph. She can be #1. That's okay. She can be
No,
#1.
we can share. That's my sister, honey. We can share.
#1. And in case you didn't hear me on her last show, India, if and whenever your show comes back, I would love to hear Ms. Dominique Simone on your all's Hot Sugar Tea show.
Okay.
Sure, you probably heard her on Naomi's show a while back.
That was recent. That wasn't a while back.
Yeah, that was 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 2 weeks ago. It was really good. It was good. It
Yeah.
was really my very first time really speaking to her. It was very.
And she don't do a lot of interviews.
No, she don't.
So that's big. Yes.
And we were talking like we were old friends forever in a day.
Yeah. Yes.
Never met each other. We heard people always talked and talked to me about her, nothing but good things. And I guess vice versa, because she's like, I thought you was in with when I was there. I said, girl, I came in. I said, I think maybe you were on your way out and I was on my way in. Like you were kind of on your way out.
Yeah, that was the golden age, honey. Right.
I said, no, I came in after y'all. After. She said, what, really? What? Because I came in and I did some work and then I left.
Right.
All right, Joseph, you got some more words to say? Because I know you've been waiting for this. You've been waiting for Miss India.
What? Yes. Well, one last thing, because I know you're going to have more callers calling in. Before I sign off, just so you know, India, I'm working on a top 100 beautiful Black women porn stars of all time. All right with you? Like I did with the top 50, if I put you at #1.
Well, thank you, Joseph. Look, you just told. Okay.
Welcome.
Thank you, Joseph. Thank you.
Yes. For more calls, and just one last thing. I think I heard one of you say that Hot Sugar Tea is coming back, but I might have missed it. I'm not sure. If you're doing that, that's fine. Just leave me a Twitter tweet on when your all Hot Sugar Tea and the other Dollhouse shows will be back on Twitter.
All right. I'll do. Thank you so much.
All right, Joseph, sweetie. Thank you for calling in. All right, baby.
Yay.
Have a good night. Have a good one. All right, it's your girl, D Goddess Naomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. The phone lines are open. Give us a call at 626-605-2756. The number is 626-605. Ask Naomi. We have the beautiful Miss India Morel on the line. We got another caller. We got a link. We got a video link. Well, hey, Mr. Rockhart, what you on break, baby?
We can't hear you.
We can't hear you, baby.
Are you muted? Oh, there you go. All
There we
right.
go.
There you go. What's happening? What's happening? How y'all doing?
Hey.
Hey, first of all, I just want to give a shout out to Black podcasters because between yours, Naomi, and Cameron is the one I watch the most. And Cameron personally is putting ESPN out of business with his podcast. So it's like, and he also mentioned that Ice Cube owns like a basketball league too. So it's so amazing to see like my beautiful Black people doing well.
Yes.
Naomi, you killing it with your podcast too. Like I so appreciate that highly. But I
Thank
wanted
you.
to ask both y'all as stars, as Hall of Famers. I want to know both y'all what in y'all career, what would be y'all personal favorite assets in y'all career for performing?
You want to go, Naomi?
Ooh, wow. Let me see.
And it could be like,
There's been so many different things for me because even when going into the industry, there's so many negative things that's talked about of the industry. And to be very honest, like I spoke many a times, I've got to meet a lot of really great people in this industry, really, really great people that are still my friends to this day. So that's one of the things that I was able to get more genuine relationships from these rather than any other career that I've had thus far. Um, that's one rewarding part of it too. The second one, because when I won an ABN award for me not even having sex, just for my acting skills.
Yes.
Was like one of the good things, and just being nominated for things that wasn't about sex, like my
Yeah.
lingerie was nominated for awards and stuff like that. So even the industry being able to appreciate me beyond the sex, looking at me
Yeah.
as a business woman, in the industry, because it's very hard, especially for women of color, to get notified in that forum of that. And so even though I've retired, I haven't did any scenes in over 10 years, but I still been very active and had my face around in certain spaces and places,
Yeah.
talking the radio, doing the radio shows and stuff like that. So I've always stayed connected with this industry because I can never forget this industry.
No.
This is part of my chapter,
Mhm.
and it's part of my purpose as well. So that's another thing that is taken away from me, is that me becoming more spiritual. I've always was spiritual, but being in the industry made me become even that more spiritual.
Yeah.
And like I always say, I pray every day when I on my way to set, period. Hey, and all of that thing. So I have no horror story. I got some stories, but they're not horror stories that will make, especially
Mhm.
compared to other ladies. So I can just say this, that I know that I was protected and blessed throughout this whole thing. So
Yeah.
that's my take. That's my take on it.
okay.
Yes. Yes. I think knowledge, like I got a lot of, like, well, one, I want to talk about the thicker skin. I think that I got thicker skin because when I first came in, I feel like I was a little more quiet and a little more just, I don't know, not nonchalant, but just like reserved and soft spoken. And as the years went on, I just kind of like, I don't know, it just changed for me. Like, I just grew up, of course, because I was younger. And I came when I was 19. So I'm still like that's young. So I just feel like I got a thicker skin in this industry where nothing really fazed me like no more. Like somebody could say something and I don't like it. Maybe back in the days I would take it to heart and it would affect me, but now it doesn't. So that's what I took away from this industry and the business. Like to be on your business, whatever you do, always make sure you take care of your business. Like, don't be going into signing paperwork and you don't know what you're looking at. So this is something that industry definitely taught me, to be on your business. Always know your worth. So
That's fine. It's crazy because that's not where I was going with the question, but y'all had some dope answers.
well, you can't break down when we was going with the question. You said, what do you take away from that industry?
No, that's not what I said. That's not what I said.
Say it again. Say it
No,
again.
I said when it came to y'all, like career, what was y'all favorite assets?
Oh, well, that is.
I was
Oh, you.
Oh, you mean like Bible?
That's why. But I still love the
Right.
answers though.
Right.
See, we over here trying to have a good conversation about other stuff, and he talking about our boobs. Well, then if he's talking about that, then I think it's my boobs. Okay. So,
But no, but I love those. Those were fire answers.
Yeah.
I just got one more thing to say for Naomi though.
okay.
Did you really think Todd was for you?
Wow.
Did you really think Todd had your back the whole time?
Man, let me tell you something. You know, this is the funny thing. Last night, we were sitting watching a movie last night. What was the name of that movie? We was watching a movie last night, and we were so upset about this woman doing something stupid. We was like, what you doing so stupid? And at that moment, I said, why in the hell is we sitting here talking to this movie when we're screenwriters ourselves? So we already, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, she thought, she thought that time was for her. Yeah, yes,
Nah, but you did your thing in that movie though. That movie really fired though, because I was watching like, yo, he either the feds or the op. It's one or the other. No, I was watching it.
You know, it was something going on with Tom.
Oh, I knew he was the feds or op, and I'm just watching like, yo, something gonna come out. Something gonna come. I hate to say it, but at the end, I knew you was gonna get screwed at the end, Naomi. I was just watching it like, damn, like wake up. But nah, I'm gonna let y'all get to it. Y'all have a beautiful evening, and shout outs to Black Stars, shout out to Black Business, shout out to Black Entrepreneurs.
And be specific with your dang question next time.
Right. You know, we just going like that.
I'm just playing with you. Thank you.
Nah, y'all had great answers. So, hey, like I'm cool.
Like, okay.
Y'all have a good one, though.
Thank you, babe.
All right, it's your girl, the goddess Nyomi Bridging The Gap. I am here with Miss India Morel. Right now, the phone lines are open. Give us a call at 1-626-605-2756. That's 1-626-605-2756. If you guys haven't started liking, share this this live right now. We're live every Thursday, but we do a replay where we download on all of streaming networks right now. And I know right now I'm doing like a behind the scenes and stuff like this, but if you want to be a part of the conversation, we have authentic conversations here. You come to Naomi's World. This is the home of Ask Nyomi Bridging The Gap Live, where we do live. And we bring that, I guess, not only our guests, we interact with our callers, but also our BTG crew. I want to shout y'all out. Y'all always be very supportive of any of our guests to come out here. So what I'm telling you, do this. Go show her some love with her book. And if you guys are in here and you haven't go read it, it's on Kindle. And it's like $9.99, something like that. It won't break the bank. This is another Black porn star, ex-retired porn star, Hall of Famer that's doing big things. So go support it. It's called Infamous. Infamous, the memoirs of a triple X star. So go support it. And just let her know BTG. Just let her know who you are. You know, hashtag y'all name it, whatever in there. But definitely, these are definitely great books. And I love that just not only you, but I see so many other the women that are really doing that. Love to see just the retired ones. You know, standing on them. And really, it's a lot of them that's in the spiritual realm and that are doing their thing to help give back to the community and to life. That's the thing. Is that even though people want to judge us by the cover of it, you know what I'm saying? But we're taking time to show the inside in our story. And I commend you for you to and write that book, Infamous. Where did the courage come from, and what made you decide that it's time for me to put it out?
It took a long time for me to, because I'm so like you said with Marcus, nobody ever knew about that because I'm always very quiet about like my private life. And it took me a long time to open up, but that to me was therapy for me to like face some of my stuff. Like I'm always good where somebody come to me and I'm helping them, right? But what happens with all the stuff I got? I have to be able to put it somewhere and somebody help me. So that was for me to put it out and just say, you know what? I'm gonna be bold and people know your business, but I'm okay with it because I'm healing myself. So it took a minute because I remember times where I was writing stuff and I was like, no, I don't want to say that. And then I'm like, okay, I'm gonna put it back. Oh no, I don't want to. I want people thinking that. Like you have to stop caring what people think. If that's your story, it just happened. You know what I'm saying? Like be honest, be real. So Yeah,
You're right.
but it took a minute. It took a minute for me to fight with myself about it. So, and finally release it.
Okay, this is a little fun right here. Okay, don't hurt me on this one. And I hope your answer, if you answer it right, because they've been, you know. All right, so it's a game. We're gonna call it Fuck Mary Unalive.
Oh.
Fuck Mary Unalive. So it's who you want to fuck, who you want to marry, and who you want to unalive.
Okay.
So let me give you 3 names.
Just for play. Okay.
Just for play. Just for play. We got Lexington Steele, we got Mr. Marcus, and we got Mark Anthony. Fuck Mary.
Mark Anthony, that's my friend. I love Mark Anthony. That's messed up, Naomi.
I know. I told you.
Oh, is Marcus looking right now?
I don't know.
Oh gosh. Okay. Damn, that's kind of hard because I did all of them. But let me see. Oh gosh, I love you guys. This is not personal. So I would. Damn. Okay, what is it? Fuck and unalive and marry.
Yep.
I would marry. I would marry Mark Anthony.
Okay.
Mark is so sweet. Mark is like a sweetheart. He's really sweet. I would marry Mark Anthony. I would unalive Lex. I'm sorry, Lex. I love you. I can't have such. He big as hell. I can't do that every night. Girl, imagine that. I'm trying to keep this thing tight, honey. Lex, you too damn. We're going to unalive Lex because it's too big, honey. That's it. That's all. And then we going to just have sex with Marcus because Marcus is perfect. So.
Oh, Lex.
Right. Because
I gotta go.
I give this to everybody, and they just be unaliving you, baby. I promise you, I wouldn't unalive you. I wouldn't.
Who would you unalive and marry and have sex with?
Who? Give me 3. Give me who?
I'll give you the same 3.
Oh, the same 3.
The same 3.
Okay.
The same lineup.
Girl, I ain't asked. No, I'm just kidding. Let me see.
That's a hard one.
I would screw Lex.
Oh, okay.
I screw Lex. I wouldn't unalive him though. I wouldn't unalive him. Okay, so so I'm about to tell you where I'm about to go on the business aspect of it. Let me do. All right, so I take that back. I would marry Lex.
Okay.
Of it. Very smart with business.
Yes, yeah,
right. I would screw Mr. Marcus, and I was sorry. I will unalive Mark Anthony. He is such a sweetheart, but
he's too sweet, huh? He's too sweet for us. He's nice. See, I'm just going on the sex parts. I can't imagine. Lex is big as hell, honey.
But I'm tall and I can take it off.
Yeah. That is true. That is true, girl. Woo!
And I'm thinking about from a business.
Business, right? You could get that bag, right?
That bag,
yeah.
And that bag. That's 2 and 2. This is just for those y'all. So
okay, see, that makes sense. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then I'm gonna switch mine up. Okay. We don't have to have sex every night. I'm gonna marry Lex, and then I'll unalive Mr. Mark Anthony. Yeah, sorry, Mark. Oh my God, I'm trying to get the bag. Oh my gosh, that's so bad.
That'll be a good one. For you, what's been the most memorable scene that you've had?
Most memorable. Ooh. When I had a fight on set with Portia and Tony, somebody.
Well, a real fight was just a fight in the a real fight, or was it a fight in the movie?
Huh?
It was a real fight, or was it a fight in the movie?
No, it was a fight on set because she said something crazy. So yeah.
Wow. Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that was like the beginning of my career, though. You know, when you're the new girl on the block, people try you, and they always want to test your gangster because you're new. So yeah, we had, and actually we end up doing our scene after that, and we had to get that understanding right, because one thing I'm not going to let somebody do is take my bag. And we had to go cool down for a second. And if you look at that scene, you'll be like, oh my gosh, I can't believe they did the scene together. You would have never been able to tell that we had a fight. Like they had to break us up. Yes. Oh yes.
Wow. Now
Yeah.
now you know I can ask you, what movie is that in?
It was like a video team movie. It was like when I first came in. Like it was probably my second video team movie. Yeah. It was a girl named Portia. Yeah.
Okay. Wow. Wow. All right. So let's tap in a little bit into your radio life.
Okay.
Who has been the most interesting interview that you had?
Ooh. Other than you, you know, I'm gonna say you, boo. Let's see. Maybe I had Mr. Bus on a long time ago. Before he rest in peace, Johnny Bus, father, the owner of the Lakers, Mr. Bus was on the show. So that's probably the most memorable, because I always say that if somebody that busy can stop their day and make time, you know, I appreciate that. And I appreciate every guest that I have, because we're all doing something in our day. So yeah. But I think we had a lot of cool guests. Like we have a lot of cool guests. That's probably the most memorable, because, you know, I don't think he do a lot of interviews like that. So
Right, and that was just so like we talking about the owners of the Lakers.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coming to,
Yes.
not that your platform was small.
No, but it is considered.
Right.
We're speaking. Look, we're speaking life, right? So we don't supposed to say small. I don't supposed to say not special. But you're right, compared to what he's doing. Like, you get what I'm saying? It like you wouldn't think that he would stop and like do a show for us. Yeah.
I was just thinking
His son, so maybe that has something to do with it. So, but yeah.
So he's sports, sports owner, and then this is and like you say, you rarely, if ever, see him doing any interviews.
No.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. But yeah, he was really nice, very nice man, very nice.
Okay, now for you, for India, what will be your legacy? What will be your legacy to leave behind?
My legacy, I guess, kind of go more into that, just as far as like the porn, like as
period, just you as
period.
India. That's period, just you as India, because you all of that, everything.
I'm all of that. I would say just, did everything the way that I wanted to do. And like right now, I want to make sure that everything on my list that I'm doing, all of those things, like no matter what nobody thinks that is wrong, if it's right for me to do, I'm doing all those things. And, wanting like anybody that I'm mentoring, I want them to just, what I'm saying, be able to just always follow your heart and stay in your dreams. Like, like make those dreams come to life. Dream it, but also make it to life. My legacy is to just always leave a mark in this world. That was my goal, to make sure that I leave a mark in this world, and not just porn, so to do something very big, something very important. I definitely want to work with young entrepreneurs. That's something that we're looking into, to work with like young entrepreneurs, and even go back and do something even something big with the young ladies now in the porn industry. That's something I want to talk to you about. I have some ideas, but I want to be able to go back and help somebody else, because I was able to come out, you was able to come out, and we're okay and move on to our next chapter. Some people get stuck. So I want to be able to always help people, the ones that I can. So.
Well, you know what? This is at the end of our show. It really is. And let me say this. I wanted people to see you in a whole different light. I wanted them to see your essence, your heart, your soul. because sometimes people do get a bad rap. You understand what I'm saying? And as you said, that's why I said, what is the biggest misassumption of you? And then people say
Yeah.
that you're mean, and you've never been mean to me. You've always been sweet, sweet to me. And I thank you for just coming on and sharing your story
Oh,
and
thank
allowing
you.
me to tap into that and let, because that was just the whole purpose. Is just I want them to see India for who she really is,
Mhm. Mhm.
and really you get to, if you really sit down and you really take time to really look, that you know that even some of the words or the actions that came, they
Mm.
really from another place. It's not
Yeah.
coming from a genuine self. It's coming from somewhere else.
Mhm.
And so even reading your book, I saw those walls. I
Mhm.
saw those arguments and yelling that you would have with other people. I saw it just in the words that you wrote and everything. And
Mhm.
so I understand, and I wish that we as human beings and that people in our spirits, that we can see that, of others. It's one thing
Yeah.
that I say when people say, Naomi, how can you just be so bold and you get out here in this world? Because I live in my truth.
Yeah. Mm.
And all
Yes.
I can do is tell my truth. And so when people have these words to say to me that are
Mm.
not appropriate what I think they is, I always say, I'm going to pray for them because
Yeah.
they need healing. You
Yeah.
understand? Because they need healing because at one moment they never had the courage to say or speak what was happening to them. And so I triggered something in them.
Mm.
And I can say that now because I went through the healing process,
Mhm.
and I'm still healing, but now I know
Yeah.
what that looks like.
You know what it looks like. Yeah.
I know what my worth is. And just because I performed on film and did all those things, that was just a part of my job.
Yeah.
I
Yes,
was
ma'am.
I was more than anything then. I was very worthy then, you
Yeah.
know. So and that's what I saw when I was reading the book, but that's when I saw when I looked and I talked to you.
Mhm.
That's what I
Mhm.
look when I talk to you. And that's I want other people to see that. One of my good girlfriends, you know, you know who she is. And I just hope that she's watching it too.
Mhm.
That because y'all both somewhat alike a little bit.
And can I just say something? Because I know he's talking about, and I want to say something, and I'm happy that you brought that up because that is something that I want to say, right? I want to say something. I hope she's watching. Love you. And I'm so proud of you. I'm talking to her. I'm so proud of you. And I've been watching you and all the work and all the things that you have like achieved right now. And what's ever happened in the past, whatever was a misunderstanding, I apologize, but I just want you to know, like, she is a genuine person. And she's one of those people that I just connected with, and it was instant. And my spirit recognized her. She's a good person. It was a misunderstanding of whatever our disagreement was. But I just want her to know that I'm super proud of you. And I'm happy at where she's at. Like, she's really done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm proud of you. I'm so proud of you, sister. Keep going. And that's it. So that's all. I want you to know that from me, that I am so proud of you. Naomi, I am so proud of you. I'm so, so proud of you. And like, man, it's just crazy. Like when you look at people and you see them, they always get better and better and they're evolving. That's what you are. And I'm so proud of you. So proud of you. So y'all gonna have me crying over here. Let me stop.
Yeah, let me give you some
I'm
tissue.
proud. I'm so proud. You know.
It is, for us as well. And I'm gonna keep saying it because I am a black woman. I was
Yeah.
born who I am. And it's good too that we seek each other and that
Yes.
we're able to be
Yes.
on platforms and create our own tables. We created
Mhm.
our own
That's right.
table,
That's right.
and the thing is that I'm always open to share my table,
Mm.
pull a seat out and say, come on here,
Yep.
sit down, that's always been. And I just wish
Yeah.
that was how everybody is.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? I wish that's how we can be able to serve one another. And I thank you for continue to when I asked you to be there for me, vice
Yeah.
versa, that we are able to do that, Yeah.
Whatever you need. I feel like we're just scratching the surface. Is going to be even more stuff that we can do together because you're
Yeah.
right. There's not a lot of people, like even in this genre, that's like, our color, that's doing this. And it needs to be more. It could be more, like, so I feel like it's a lot of things that we could do. It's a lot of things that we could do together. And I'm with it. So whatever you need, I'm here for you. And I'm always going to be here for you. So yes, I enjoy myself. Thank you so much. And I love your interview style. And I'm going to tell y'all something. There's been one other person that's interviewed me that I can tell you two people, Howard Stern, Wendy Williams, and Naomi Banks. And I'm interviewed by a lot of people. And I'm going to tell you something. Angela is sitting right here. Before I came on, she said, Naomi did her fucking homework. When one thing Wendy Williams told me, she said, you always do your homework. Know who you're talking to. Yes. Don't ever let somebody sit in your chair or come on your show and you don't know who you're talking to. Know everything, good and bad. Know everything about them. And you fucking did your homework, girl. She did her homework, and that's why she's up there with Howard Stern, Wendy Williams, and my Naomi Campbell. Sorry, Naomi Banks. That's what you got, honey. But you did your homework, Naomi, and you knew every question asked. You did an interview that I haven't had this interview probably since Wendy. This type of interview, this in depth. I'm gonna be honest with you. So, yeah.
It's all about bridging the gap. It's like I like, and I cannot stress this enough.
Yeah.
I want people to see the essence of others.
Yes. That's good.
Yes, we need to see that. We need to understand that we are all
human.
And when I say this is going to be so, we are all God's children, but also we all God is within all of us.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
Yes. At every moment and every time, that'll be so awesome. When I say about us, this bridging the gap, I mean, I'm not just talking about porn stars. I mean, I have people, experts. I have, the other.
You have a variety of people.
On here, a medium on here. You understand what I'm saying? Yes. So I want everybody with every part of the world to be able to sit on this stage right here at the Bridging the Gap podcast and to allow others to hear your story.
Yes.
So we can learn from one another, so we can understand. We can understand when we walk away from here, we can respectfully disagree. We're going to respect each other.
Right. That's right. That's right.
And we're going to understand what that story is and who they are. And that's why I want to make sure that, I'm making sure that I'm coming to get my people first, especially, to hear their story. And I hear, you hear things and it's like, no, that ain't that person. What maybe you have to watch it, but that ain't how that person is with me. You understand?
Right.
But I want y'all to take the time to see what I see. You understand what I'm saying? See what I see. Because telling you this is a total different thing. But if you can really sit down and remove, all of us have to remove our egos. Our egos and pride, and we have to remove those so we can see what it is. And a lot of times it ain't about us. That's the thing, is a lot of times it's not about us. I'm gonna tell you about the book, and I don't know if you read it. The book is called The Four Agreements. In this book by Dom Miguel Ruiz. And that book helped change my life and so many with me. Because one of the very first agreement is use your words impeccably. The second agreement was don't take it personal.
Yeah. Oh, wow. Yes.
Don't take it personal. I think the third one is that it's not about you. And the fourth one, do your best. No more, no less. And when you think about that, no more, no less. For me, what I thought about is that I'm only going to do what I can do. I'm not going to do no more so I can get validation from others. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
Period. And when it goes to about, it's not about you, because it's not. When somebody is going through something and they come at you, trust and believe me that they going through something.
Yep.
That's with you.
Yep.
You ain't got nothing.
It took me a long time to figure that out.
Yeah.
It's not always about you. You're right. You're so right. Wow.
And you can't do nothing but control yourself and how you respond to people. You understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So they can say whatever they want to say, but you know who you are. I know who I am. You know who you are. You know what I mean? And that's it. Yeah.
Yep.
But again, thank you, baby.
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much.
And I am truly proud of you. I cannot wait to see what you do with Dollhouse Media Group. I cannot wait to see. And you know I'm here, so I'm just well, I changed my number, so I'm a text away. Well, I'm a email away.
Okay. Yeah, send me your number because I want to. When you're done, I want to call me because I
Okay.
want to. So okay.
All right.
Yay.
Thank you.
Thank
All
you
right,
guys so much.
All right, have a good one. All right, guys, it's your girl D Goddess Nyomi Banks here on Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap podcast. I want to thank you, my BTG crew, for just tuning in here tonight. It was a very, very great interview. I thank you for the callers that called in. Thank you, Joseph. Thank you, Rock, and everybody that strolled down. We'll be back next week. Now you saw the commercial running for the 21-day self-love challenge. We are in day 21. We got 9 days left. But guess what? I am bringing back the challenge next month. I am bringing back the challenge next month for those who have not joined, want to join. That information will probably be up next week. Next week. I want to thank the Elements. Thank you for my song. Thank you, Dog Pound Mike. Mike, you was quiet today. You were just listening today.
Great show. Great show.
And as I always say, be good to one another and yourselves. And what? Always keep it sexy. I will see y'all next week.
Hey, it's the Goddess Naomi Banks. And I hope you enjoyed that last episode of Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. And if you did, please like, subscribe, press that notification button, as well as comment. I'll see you next week. Keep it sexy.
Ask Naomi Bridging the Gap. This is where we talk about love, sex, relationships, cultural differences, and so much more.